Hello everyone, and welcome to the March 2023 monthly update. It is of course currently the 1st of April, but that is because yesterday I had some trouble with my internet because for some reason Firefox on Firefox, when I open, because Firefox is my main browser, but for some reason, starting the night before yesterday, but pretty much yesterday, for some reason when I open, I don't even have to click on a video. If I just open YouTube in Firefox, it just crashes, like it completely slows down my computer to the point where it freezes, and I have to just completely reboot it. So I don't know. So I'm having to use Chrome, and I don't really like Chrome that much because it doesn't really work as well. It's not as smooth, at least for me, as Firefox is. But for some reason, YouTube has just stopped working on it, so I'm having to use Chrome for YouTube. Which is kind of annoying, but you know, whatever. I can still do these, so that's all that matters. I just have to now use multiple browsers whenever I want to actually do anything, which is kind of annoying. But doesn't really matter. So, things I've done over the last month. So I'll start with I've done a couple of paintings. I'm not gonna bother with that whole getting the camera up because that involves doing more things I just can't be bothered. Agree, I don't get whatever. So I've done number 27, number 28, and number 29. They're all very good. I'm really bored right now, to be honest. I can't be bothered to pretend that I care about this. I've done some paintings. They're the first link in the description if you want to look at them. They're pretty good, in my opinion. Then I did a video reacting to the music I liked as a kid, which is me reacting to the first quarter of that Now That's What I Call Music 83, which is the 2012 edition, or one of the 2012 edition. I can only assume that they release multiple a year, because I certainly know that there's less than 83 years between 1983 and 2012. So but that's that. Then I did me painting episode 18, which didn't actually feature me painting, but it was just a tutorial where I showed you how to make a canvas. So if any of you are interested in making canvases, you can go and watch that. I did 3 episodes of me painting, 19, 20, and 21, where I paint. You can go and watch them if you like. I released a single, my very first single with MOID, which was Hair There and Plastination, and there's links to that on YouTube and Bandcamp if you want to go and listen to that. I've also started working on the next MOID album, which I've intended this for the last couple, but I've ended up not doing it, but I really mean it this time. It will be the first one to have vocals in every single song, and also the first one where all those vocals were actually properly written, rather than just improvising like I did with these 2 songs, where I already had the titles, and so I just kind of Plastination of the top, which isn't really proper lyrics, they're just me improvising. So the proper written lyrics. And now, because I've come up with this thing where I can now do single, I haven't come up with singles. Singles have been around since before my parents were born, but you know what I mean. Now, if I do come up with any instrumentals that I think really work as instrumentals, I can just release them as singles instead. So that's good. And then also the last thing that's actually happened this month that has any relevance is it was my cat Jessie. It was her 11th birthday. So that's nice. Things I'll be doing next month. continuing with the album, I guess. Me and Mum just later today are going to be watching The Last Man on Earth, a Vincent Price film, which I have, I believe, talked about on these before. So if you want to see what I thought of that film, you can go and watch one of the previous monthly updates. I can't remember which one it was. I've watched 3 films for the first time this month. First one, Event Horizon from 1997, which I did enjoy, but not as much at first because I don't think I really understood what kind of film it was. Because it describes itself as a science fiction horror. Now, when I think of science fiction horror, I think of Alien. So I was expecting something a bit alien with it. And it's more like Hellraiser in space. Now, I like Hellraiser, and I like space. So I do like this film. But I think had I gone into it expecting Hellraiser in space, I would have enjoyed it a lot more. So if any of you are wanting to watch Event Horizon, go into it expecting Hellraiser in space, and you will enjoy it. The second film I watched was the 1990 It, which I know is technically a miniseries, but this version that I watched has compiled it into a film, so I'm going to refer to it as a film. And it's pretty good. Obviously, it has Tim Curry in it. It's great seeing Tim Curry in anything. It has Seth Green in it, which is pretty weird because I watched it because me and Mum have also been going through the first series of, well, we've done now the first series of the X-Files, and we're taking breaks from it. We've just watched the whole of Extras, the Ricky Gervais thing, and we've watched this. We're going to watch this film, and I might watch some more classic Doctor Who, which we've been going through the last couple of years, just bit by bit. Not doing it, not binge watching it every day, but every couple of months when we feel like it, we watch it for a few episodes. This week, because Seth Green is in that, and then we just later that same day we watched the episode of the X-Files that had Seth Green in it. So it was pretty interesting. And then something which the third thing I've watched this month is something that I'm not actually going to talk about until after I've done the albums, and you will see just by taking one look at what that film is and what the albums are, you'll see why I'm doing it in this order. So, albums that I've listened to this month, I decided, if the microphone, okay, I'm just going to close this because even when the microphone clips, I know it doesn't sound that bad, but doing that distracts me, so I'm just going to close that. So, I decided I haven't actually heard much of the Rolling Stones, so I thought I should shut my face and listen to them. So I started, because I know that Aftermath is considered their first proper album, but I thought I want to get a taste of what they were like early on as well. So I started with their first album, which is England's Newest Hitmakers, although it was originally just self-titled, but the Rolling Stones seem to have done the opposite of the Beatles, because whereas with the Beatles, their the British release schedule is considered the official one, the Rolling Stones seem to consider the American release schedule to be the official one. So, like, the versions of the albums that you find on their YouTube channel are the American versions, like the American Aftermath and the American Between the Buttons, and the American versions of their earlier albums, which is kind of annoying because I want to go through the English version, but whatever. So this is their first album, England's Newest Hitmakers. Just to get a taste of what they were like early on. Not particularly a fan, because it's really just the blues, and although it is more interesting than the blues that Fleetwood Mac do on their first 2 albums, it's still just not really my cup of tea, personally. So I thought I'll leave that there. I'll start with what's considered their first proper album, which is Aftermath, because it's the first one where all the songs were completely original, released in 1966. I enjoyed this one quite a lot, actually. Particularly if I just have a little look through some of the songs here. Some of the songs that I think are particularly good. Under My Thumb is really good. Out of Time is also... I mean, I like all of it, really, which is why it's on my phone. I put all these 4 on my phone, the 4 proper ones. Aftermath, and it's 3 follow-ups. But definitely my 2 favourite songs from this album, just by memory, are Under My Thumb and Out of Time, which I just really like. The kind of vocal melody. And the matham. I just like it. I know the lyrics are sexist, but it was 1966. Grow up. So, next album, Between the Buttons, 1967. Their first dive into psychedelia. Not as strong as the following album, but obviously it wouldn't be. You've seen the cover of the following album, I'm sure. But still, Between the Buttons, very nice from what I can remember. I can't actually remember much about it. I still put it on my phone though. I can't remember many songs actually from it. The only song I can actually remember much from is I think Backstreet Girl. That's the only one I can actually remember anything from. But yeah, I liked it, so listen to that one. Next one, their Satanic Majesty's Request from 1967. This is their final and most deep dive into psychedelia, and it works. Oh boy, does it work! I'm a big fan of psychedelia. Like I said, I've said before, I'm sure. My favourite Pink Floyd album is Piper at the Gates of Dawn, and that's also probably my favourite psychedelic album ever. I know everyone refers to the Beatles' Sgt. Pepper as psychedelic, and although it has a very psychedelic cover, and a few of the songs in it are very psychedelic, it's just a rock album with occasional psychedelic songs. I don't consider it a psychedelic album, whereas Pink Floyd's Piper at the Gates of Dawn is, and this certainly is. I think there's only a couple of songs on this that don't use reverb, and obviously reverb is the key to psychedelia. Saying that, I can't actually remember much from any of the songs on this, but I remember that I enjoyed pretty much all of them. I'm pretty sure every single song on this album I added to my music that I like list. So I should probably stop doing that, because I now have over 1,000 and 1,500 songs on that list. So that's kind of probably going to be a problem. But anyway, that was very good. Then, after that, they gave up on the psychedelic thing, which is a bit of a shame. With their album Beggar's Banquet, but still a very good album, a much more rock album. A couple of the songs go back to the blues route, which is why this is the first album since Aftermath where I didn't add every single song on it to my list. There's a couple of songs like a Parachute Woman, and Prodigal, that can't be how you pronounce that word, but Son, which are just pretty much just blues again. I don't really like, but obviously, should go without saying, Sympathy for the Devil, one of the best songs ever. I also really liked, from what I can remember, I can't remember anything about it, but I really liked Jigsaw Puzzle and Stray Cat Blues. I know that has blues in the title, but it's still less blues than Parachute Woman, so I like it. Those three songs in particular, I really liked. And then, going back to the films, Rolling Stone's Rock and Roll Circus, which was a film made to promote Beggar's Banquet, which is why I've done it in this order. A great film. I really enjoyed it. Just a warning, if you are going to watch it on this link that I've posted here, the Vimeo link, when I tried to watch it on Vimeo, part of the video was corrupted. But I had the forethought to download that same video, and when I watched it on my computer, it was all fine, so if you encounter any video glitches on that, just download the video and watch it on your computer and it should work fine. It's only Vimeo, so there shouldn't be any viruses on it like there is on some of these other websites that I use. I don't care about viruses, because as I've tried to explain before, my computer is so full of viruses, I'm pretty sure it's immune at this point. And I've never really had any problems with the Hi Movies website that I use to watch stuff. It always seems to be pretty kind to me. I have ad block, so that helps. But anyway, this film, I mainly only watched it because it has, you know, the Dirty Mac are in it. With, you know, John Lennon, which probably had it been made a year later, the Dirty Mac probably would have been referred to as Plastic Ono Band, because it really is John, Yoko, Eric Clapton. They do a performance of Year Blues, which is really good, and they do a song with Yoko, which is also very good. I know people hate Yoko, but they're idiots. Yoko is great, so that's a great film. It also introduced me to a few people who I had never seen before. I just need to get up the Wikipedia page to see who those people are, because I can't remember the names of any of the extra people. Jethro Tull, who I didn't really like that much. I'm sure they've done other good songs, but that song that they performed was not particularly good. The Who. Now, apparently, part of the reason this film didn't actually get properly released until, I think, 1996, something like that, is because the Rolling Stones thought that The Who had upstaged them. Now, I don't know if we watched the same film, but if we're watching this film, they really didn't. I mean, they were okay. They weren't great. They got better towards the end of their set. I think they were doing a kind of medley, and the songs towards the end of the medley were much better than the song actually, you know. Oh, it says that they only did one, a quick one while he's away. Very nice. 7 minutes 40 though, so it certainly seems like a medley. The end of that song, then, in that case, is better than the beginning of it. So it certainly did not upstage the Stones. Then this guy, Taj Mahal, as he's known, who's meant to be a guitarist, he didn't actually play guitar at all in this performance, but his performance with his band was really good. I really enjoyed that. Marianne Faithfull, she was okay. Then this guy does some fire eating and juggling. That was okay, because it is a circus as well as a rock concert. Then, of course, the Dirty Mac do Year Blues, which is very good. Do a song which has been titled Whole Lotta Yoko, which is appropriate title. It also has this guy with a flute. What's his name? Oh no, it's a violin, not a flute, idiot. Ivory Gitlis. There we are then. And then the Rolling Stones come along, and they're just great, obviously. And there's a couple of songs that they perform in this that I haven't actually heard yet. Some because I think, like Jumping Jack Flash, that was just a single, so I haven't been listening to the singles. Maybe I should, I don't know. And then some of them, like You Can't Always Get What You Want. That's not. Doesn't make sense. But that is apparently going to be on the Let It Bleed album, which is the next album I need to listen to. But anyway, so yeah, that's that. Very nice. And Digby, you're here. Sorry, I've been rudely ignoring you. I'm sorry. Toggle timestamp so I can see when you recorded this. Only a couple of minutes ago. So hopefully you're still here. Sorry for being. I've been scrolling down, so I haven't seen your comments. I'm very sorry about that. You're out of time. Are you? Good. How is Mr. Nathan? Mr. Nathan is fine, and I like The Who. Good. From what I've heard, I haven't heard much of The Who. The Who, like the Rolling Stones, is another one of those bands that I need to listen to more of, but I haven't actually gotten around to yet. But then again, I've only just gotten around to the Rolling Stones, so I want to get through them first, because they have quite the discography. I don't know if I'll get through all of it. But you know. Anyway, so I'm going for about 20 minutes, but like I said, I just want to get on with my day really now. That's why I postponed this to today. Because I was just so tired yesterday. I mean, had it been my choice, I'd probably still be in bed now. But I just wanted to get this out of the way. Weird question. If you ever became famous, do you think you would use a pen name? No. I mean, obviously, I use MOID at the moment, but that's that project. That's not like a stage name. That's the name of the band that I'm the only member of. I intend to start releasing music under my own name one day. When I turn the garage into a proper recording studio, that's when I'll start releasing stuff under my own name. I don't believe in hiding stuff. It's kind of dishonest. I mean, I get some people do it for safety. Like if you're like some political activist, using a pseudonym is probably a good idea, but I don't care. So yeah. Hope you enjoyed. What instrument do you want to learn? Well, I mean, I play guitar, don't I? And you've not been paying attention. I play these. Look, I play the guitar. Have you not been listening to the music that I've been sharing links to, Digby? Have you not been listening to my music? Can't blame you, it's not very good, but I play that. Yes, but like unique instrument. What's that supposed to mean? You're saying that the guitar isn't a unique instrument? Saying that people can't be unique while playing the guitar? You're saying that Jimi Hendrix wasn't unique? I'm not comparing myself to Jimi. I suppose I kind of am, but not in a positive manner. I don't know. Well, I mean, I have. What do you mean a unique instrument? I don't know what that means. A unique instrument. What? Like an instrument that I've invented? I invented this. This is the Boatron. I invented the Gearotron. That's the Gearotron there. Like a sitar. Why is a sitar more unique than a guitar? It doesn't make sense. I don't know. I'd say, considering music these days, the guitar is actually a pretty unique instrument because no one plays the guitar these days. It's all computers. It's all inside the computer. I mean, I'm all for synthesizers, but only if it's a physical, actual synthesizer. None of this digital. Ugh. You know what I mean? Like the Korg MS-20, which used to be on the windowsill, we're taking it to get looked at now because it's gone and broken itself. That instrument that you don't see too often in music. Well, you said the sitar. The Rolling Stones use sitar all the time. You want to hear sitar? Listen to the Listen to the Satanic Majesty's Request. There's a sitar on there. I couldn't link you to an exact song. Yeah. Click that link. You hear some sitar. I think. Anyway, so I really do wish I was still in bed. But hope you enjoyed. I'll see you later. What about Umbra? I don't know what Umbra is. Mabira. I don't know what these things you're saying are, and I don't own them, so I can't play them, obviously. But I hope you've enjoyed this monthly update. You've stretched it out to another 5 minutes, so well done. You've weaseled another 5 minutes out of me. I will see you later. Goodbye. I mean, you probably played one on my album. I'll check this, I'll see what instruments they played, what unusual instruments. Because Brian Jones was into all the weird instruments. Let's see what Brian Jones played. So he played. Oh, he didn't play a sitar on this album. He played a Jew's harp. He played an electric dulcimer, and he played just a regular harp, I suppose. I'm sure he played something on. I'm sure he played sitar on their previous album. No, you didn't play sitar on this. What are you doing, Brian Jones? That's the instrument. That's the instrument you're meant to play. What's the matter with him? He played the regular dulcimer, not an electric dulcimer this time. He didn't have played interesting things. What's the matter with him? Oh, whatever then. Still, it's a good album. You should listen to it. I will see you guys later. Bye.